Most people dream of financial success, but few are willing to endure the struggles it takes to achieve it. Imagine being homeless, with a young child to take care of, sleeping in subway bathrooms, shelters, and even on the streets, all while chasing the dream of becoming a millionaire. This is the true story of Chris Gardner, a man who went from extreme poverty to building a multi-million-dollar investment firm. His journey was so powerful that Hollywood turned it into an award-winning film, The Pursuit of Happyness, starring Will Smith. But what did it really take for him to succeed? What lessons can we learn from his perseverance and financial wisdom? In this video, we will break down his life story, the challenges he overcame, and the investment principles that led him to financial independence. Stay until the end because his journey is one of the most inspiring financial transformations of all time. Chris Gardner was born in 1954 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His early life was filled with struggles. His father was absent, and he grew up with an abusive stepfather. Financial insecurity and instability were constants in his life. Despite the hardships, he was determined to create a better future for himself. As a young adult, he served in the Navy and later worked as a medical research assistant. However, he quickly realized that this job wouldn't lead to the financial success he envisioned. Chris had ambitions far beyond a stable paycheck. He wanted wealth, security, and independence. Then came the turning point. He saw a man step out of a red Ferrari, and Chris asked him what he did for a living. The answer? Stockbroker. That moment changed everything. Chris had just discovered a world where people could accumulate wealth not just through labor but by making money work for them. This was his first exposure to capital markets and investments, and he became obsessed with understanding how people built wealth through stocks, trading, and portfolio management. He decided he would do whatever it took to break into the financial world. Chris had no formal financial education, no connections on Wall Street, and no experience in investing. But he had one powerful tool: an unshakable belief in himself. He applied for an unpaid internship at Dean Witter Reynolds, a brokerage firm. The problem? He had no money to support himself. His wife, frustrated by their financial situation, eventually left, leaving him alone with their young son. Things quickly spiraled downward. Without a steady income, Chris lost his apartment. For months, he and his son slept in homeless shelters, subway stations, and even public restrooms. He had no car, barely any food, and no idea how he was going to survive. But despite all of this, he showed up every single day to his unpaid internship, competing with well-educated candidates from top universities. Chris understood that his circumstances didn't define him, his mindset did. He spent his days making cold calls, desperately trying to secure clients, and his nights studying financial markets in public libraries. He learned about compound interest, risk management, asset diversification, and value investing. Even as he faced eviction and hunger, he refused to quit. Chris knew that in finance, those who could endure volatility and uncertainty, just like in investing, were the ones who succeeded. After months of relentless work and dedication, Chris's efforts were noticed. He became the only intern out of dozens to be offered a full-time job at Dean Witter Reynolds, a top financial firm. Finally, he had a steady paycheck. But he didn't stop there. He worked harder than ever, climbing the ranks, learning everything about investing, market cycles, and wealth accumulation. He built relationships, developed a strong network, and continued improving his financial knowledge. A few years later, in 1987, he made a bold decision. He left his job and started his own brokerage firm, Gardner Rich & Co. With just $10,000 in capital, he launched his company, and over time, he turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. He had gone from being homeless to running a successful investment firm. His business model was based on value investing, portfolio diversification, and wealth preservation, the same strategies used by the world's top investors like Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio. Chris's story isn't just inspiring, it teaches valuable lessons about investing, financial growth, and long-term wealth building. Here are some key takeaways. Checkmark: resilience is everything. No matter how hard life gets, never give up. Chris kept pushing forward, even when everything seemed hopeless. Checkmark your network as your net worth. In finance, relationships matter. He built strong connections, which helped him climb the ladder. Checkmark invest in yourself. He had no financial education, but he studied relentlessly to understand markets and asset management. Checkmark understand risk and reward. He learned how to manage financial risk, a fundamental principle of successful investing. Checkmark's success takes time. He wasn't an overnight millionaire. It took years of dedication, just like building a strong investment portfolio. Checkmark wealth isn't about where you start, but how you grow. With the right mindset and work ethic, anyone can build financial success. These principles apply not just to Chris's life but also to investing itself. The importance of patience, learning from mistakes, and staying in the game during market downturns. Chris Gardner's journey is proof that where you start in life does not determine where you will end up. He turned his struggles into motivation, and he never allowed circumstances to dictate his future. His story is more than just an inspiring tale. It's a lesson in perseverance, discipline, and the power of believing in yourself. Moneybag: if you want to build wealth like Chris Gardner, start today by learning about investing, risk management, and financial independence. Speech balloon: what did you learn from Chris Gardner's story? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more inspiring financial success stories.